Hi, my name is Tristan Smith, and this is my investigative art project for Art 200. In this video, I will be focusing on Banksy's graffiti on the Palestinian side of the West Bank barrier. I saw this piece while watching the documentary Exit Through the Gift Shop and was immediately intrigued by it. This border separates Palestinians from Israelis and is a wall that doesn't promote peace, but separation and the continuation of the feud between Israelis and Palestinians. Banksy, seeing this highly controversial wall as an opportunity to promote peace, created the artwork you see on the slide. It depicts a boy painting a hole in the barrier, which gives way to a beautiful blue sky. The cool colors of the artwork give the Palestinian viewers a future to look forward to and fight for. The boy stands victorious on the rubble of the wall, symbolizing Palestinians' freedom from the wall that was forced upon them by Israelites. Through this piece, Banksy argues that the fence is more like a prison for the Palestinians, and that Israelis built it not for protection, but to further punish and try to push out Palestinians. In order to understand his work better, we must understand Banksy as the street art legend he is. Banksy's identity is unknown, which casts him and his works in a shroud of mystery. He began his work in the 1980s, and his style, says Anna Waklawik in her book Graffiti and Street Art, is anti-establishment, anti-war, and pro-freedom, which one of the ways he depicts is through children in his work. Anna Waklawik also points out in Graffiti and Street Art that Banksy's subject matter, while simple and accessible, deals with complicated contemporary issues. His graffiti also inspires people and gives a voice that's not just a voice, but an accurate image of what they aspire to see in their day-to-day lives. In addition to being a street art legend, Anna Waklawik in her book says he is one of the most prominent stencil artists of his time. Banksy uses stencils in order to be consistent in his work and save time, since most of his graffiti locations are illegal. Stencils are a large piece of paper with images, shapes, or figures cut out of them, which can be seen in the picture of a girl letting go of a balloon. The large pieces of paper are then either held up or glued onto the surface that is going to be spray painted and then spray painted over. We can see that the boy in Banksy's graffiti on the west wall was made from stencil, while his background and cracks in the wall, I believe, are freehand. Comparatively to Banksy's West Bank graffiti is graffiti on a block street near the American University in Cairo. In Lisa K. Waldner and Betty A. DeBrat's article, Graffiti as a Form of Contentious Political Participation, they both assess that political graffiti often reflects current social conditions and community concerns, which can be seen in both bodies of work. In Banksy's work, the destruction of the wall and the freedom of the Palestinians promote the political position that the barrier does more harm than good, while in the other work, its political agenda can be seen on the blockade of the road that depicts a scene of the past. We can see armored individuals in what appears to be riot gear herding people out of the street, and we can create the idea that the artist chose to create this work as a reminder for the injustice of the closing of the road. With this in mind, we must look at the location of graffiti in order to better understand its political position. The West Bank area is one of the most highly controversial walls in history. According to Shaul Cohen in his article Israel's West Bank Area: An Impediment to Peace, the Israelis constructed the wall in order to keep Palestinian suicide bombers contained within the West Bank. However, what Shaul Cohen also points out in his journal is that the Palestinian population sees this wall as a land grab. This can also be seen on the map in the slide. The red line indicates where the wall is going to be built, and as you can see, dips into the lighter blue area. The lighter blue area of this map is supposed to be purely Palestinian territory according to the green line, which was created literally by a green pin outlining a map after the Six-Day War between Israel and its neighbors in 1967. In his article, Cohen continues to analyze the wall, finding that slabs of concrete run through the middle of Palestinian communities, splitting towns, streets, and families. The wall in other places separates farmers from their crops and school from children. Shaul Cohen concludes in his article, Israel's West Bank Barrier: An Impediment to Peace, that the wall was not only created to protect Israelis, but as an attempt to secure the West Bank as part of Israel, which is evident in the fact that Israeli leaders have not sought to negotiate the peace or the relocation of the wall, and the fact that the wall offers little protection because Palestinians have built tunnels beneath it and breaches within the border. Equally important to the object the graffiti is on is the message that can be taken away from the artwork. The reason I'm comparing Ali Ferzat's political cartoon to Banksy's political graffiti on the West Bank barrier is because they share the same message. The message shared between both images is that the gain through love far outweighs the gain through war. This is obvious in Ali Ferzat's political cartoon, which consists of a small heart outweighing a massive missile on the opposite side of the scale. Ali Ferzat created this cartoon in response to the tyranny in Syria, while on the other hand, Banksy created his artwork in response to the Israelis' warlike actions in attempting to claim territory and jail Palestinians within their own land. If love were to be used as the tool to resolve the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians, there would be no need for a wall, and the Palestinians would not attack Israel. In conclusion, Banksy's graffiti on the West Bank area created hope, inspiration, and a voice for the imprisoned Palestinians. The Israeli government claims the wall is necessary in order to protect them from Palestinians. While it has helped lower the attacks, it has not completely stopped them. This barrier appears to be more of a provocative attempt to start a war with the Palestinians through its placement, in hopes to gain its land. Banksy's piece echoes the fact that freedom and love far outweigh any gains that can be made through hatred and war, which can be seen in the boy standing atop the rock. After Banksy created his artwork, the Palestinian people came in great numbers to create their own graffiti, and let the barrier act as a billboard displaying their displeasure with the wall and the Israeli government. While the Israeli government claims the wall is only temporary, the building of it continues, and no negotiations of peace have taken place. This concludes my video. Thank you for watching.